Right guys, so it's Pilates in the park. As you can see, I'm on the lake in Ambleside. I've got to be a little bit quieter because there's still people in bed over there. So we're going to get started. We're going to be working the core and lots of mobility today. So let's get going. Tuck that chin. And let's start with some little roll down. Come back all the way to the top. Reach up the keys away. Roll down again. So exhale as you're rolling down. One vertebra at a time. And then roll back up. All the way to the top. As you're rolling up, take a deep breath in, roll them shoulders back. Let's just start looking left and right now. Looking over my shoulder. All these people thinking I'm a bit of a strange kid talking to myself on camera. But I'm not bothered. Good. Just keep that core nice and tight then. I want you to draw the belly button back towards your spine. Around a 2 or 3 out of 10. There we go. I want you to start controlling your breathing now. So fingertips and your thumbs on your rib cage. Big deep breaths. Feel your rib cage flare outwards. Lateral breathing. Once you've got that breathing right, let's do the roll downs again. I'm going to do this around 10 times now. We're going to progressively get further each time. So from the side it should look a little bit like this. One more time. And then back up. Good work. Let's take the feet shoulder width apart. Keep that core tight, keep your hips facing forward. Deep breath in at the top. I'm just going to do a nice small side bend to the right as you're breathing out. Breathe in as you come up. Exhale as we drop over to the other side. Notice how my hips are staying in exactly the same place all the way through. Morning, love.
Morning.
You alright?
Yeah, good.
Good. Mobilise the facet joints in your spine. Good work. Let's start doing a little bit of rotation in that spine now. So the thumbs come into the chest, elbows tuck, hips facing forward, and we're just rotating through the chest. So remember to keep the hips facing forwards, and all we're doing is rotating that chest left and right. Try not to let your shoulders lead the way. Keep squeezing your thumbs in towards your chest. Hips facing forwards. Good work. So let's start mobilising the hips now. We're going to take a long stride forward into a lunge. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Taking a long enough stride forward so your knee doesn't come over your front foot. You're pushing back off of that front leg to where your feet are hip width apart. Keep your chest up. Keep your ears in line with your shoulders. From here, it should look something like this. Good. Once you've mastered that, we're going to step back. So we're going to go to there. So the feet stay hip width apart. We're taking a stride backwards Notice how my hips are always facing forward. The chest stays upright. Ooh, lost a bit of balance. Go on a bit of a hill here. That's my excuse for that one. Good. Now we've mastered that one, we're going to go into some side lunges. So all we're doing is stepping to the side and then back to the centre. To the side and back to the centre. So I'm sending my bum backwards as I lunge down. You should feel a stretch on the inside of your legs and in the back of your legs. Down. Put your hands like this if you want. You can put them anywhere you want. Doesn't matter. I don't know why I do that, but I do it. Good. So make sure that knee's not coming over your front foot too much. Make sure you're planting your full foot into the ground. You're sitting your bum backwards and you're keeping your back straight. Now this time we're going to drop out and down. We're going to rotate the elbow towards the knee. So we're rotating through the chest. We're taking the elbow towards the knee. Don't worry if you can't touch, just go to your range of motion. It's too early for me to be touching, but I've done it. Good, make this your last one, and then come back to the centre. So now we're going to roll all the way down into a plank position. We're going to work the core a little bit. So, straight arm plank, I'll do it from the side. Big deep breath at the top, roll down. All the way down. Feet hip width apart. We walk the hands out. 2, 3, 4. Into that plank position. And in this position, the heels are over the balls of the feet. Your legs are in line with your back. Your hands are directly beneath your shoulders. And we're holding that position. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep your legs very, very strong. Tuck your chin. So you're not letting your head dangle. Push through your chest. Keep the core nice and tight. Morning, love. You alright? You can join in if you want. Take that as a no.
You've got me on to teach legs.
Have you? So big deep breaths in, lateral breathing. Long breaths out. Nice and controlled. Hold that position, we're nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and bring the knees in. Good. From here we're going to go into a bird dog. So the knees are hip width apart, directly beneath your hips. Hands shoulder width apart, directly beneath your shoulders. We're going to slide the left and the right out, and then raise up so the legs and arms are in line with the back. Breathe in as you come down. Exhale as you switch sides. Let's go. Make sure you're keeping that core nice and tight. Tight core. Control the breathing. Make sure your legs and your arms are not coming past your line of your back. Push through the chest. Don't let the head slump. If you're struggling to do this, you can do this. Just with the legs. Control your balance that way. Good effort, guys. So from here, we're going to go into some thoracic rotations. So, quadruped position again. Hands directly beneath your shoulders, knees directly beneath your hips. Deep breath in and rotate through. Thread the needle. Breathe in as we come out. Exhale as we drop through to the other side. Breathe in as you're coming up. Exhale as you rotate through the chest. Full breath in. Exhale as you rotate out. Make sure you're emptying them lungs. Allow the standing arm to bend. And if you notice, my hips are not moving at all. I'm rotating through the chest. I'm not swaying to one side. I love this exercise. I'm getting a little bit further each time. Don't push the stretch. As soon as you reach that barrier, I want you to just ease off. Empty your lungs and ease off. Good work. From there, we're going to go into some cobra downward dogs. So, from this position, we're going to get back into that plank. Take a deep breath in, and we're going to lift that bum high towards the sky and reach through the shoulders. And then as we breathe in, we're going to drop the hips down to the floor, push through the chest. Don't let the chest slump in. We're going to push through that chest and feel that stretch all the way up the core, through the hips and into the legs. Exhale as the bum comes high. Reach through the shoulders. Breathe in all the way down to the bottom. Let the hips drop, push through the chest. Feel those abs stretching out. Good work, guys. This time when we drop down, we're just going to go to that plank position again. Then we're just going to start raising the legs. It's really important to make sure that the hips are stable throughout this movement. So we're in the same plank position, and all we're doing is a little leg raise, just ensuring, you can see it from the front, just ensuring that hips aren't moving whatsoever. So from that plank, the leg comes up, touch down nice and slowly. Nice and slowly. Hips are stable all the way through. Control that breathing. Three, two, one. Good work. The knees come wide apart. Sit your bum back onto your heels. Reach through. Reach through into a child's pose and relax. Big deep breaths in, longer breaths out, stretch out. Good effort, guys, from there. And we rock into a side plank now. So the elbow drops down. Get our bodies set up. So everything's lined up. Hips are stacked. The shoulders are stacked. And all we need to do from here is raise that hip up. I'm going to hold that position for 30 seconds if you can. If you can't do that, get to there. Get them hips through. Make sure the hips are all the way through and hold that position. You've got 30 seconds. If you can, go for that. I don't like that because I can't keep my balance. Hold that position. Keep your core nice and tight. You might feel a little bit wobbly, but that's alright, no matter. We're working. 3, 2, 1. Drop down. Lay down on the floor. Head onto your shoulder or head onto your arm. You can bend your leg if you want to. Raise the leg up. And let's just do some leg raises. Hips are still stacked. Shoulders are still stacked. You can turn your foot down. So we're concentrating on the glute med or the hips, the hip muscles. Things that stabilise you while you're walking and running. So we're only taking it to midline and then raising back up. Keep the core nice and tight. Good. From this position we're just going to go in some really small circles. Guys, if you want, you can straighten your leg. If that's too easy for you, you can straighten your leg. Make sure you're still engaging that core. You should be able to slide a piece of paper underneath here. I can see daylight. Little small circles. Keep that core nice and tight. Relax your head. Don't strain the neck. 3, 2, 1. Let's change onto the other side. So we're going anti-clockwise now. Nice small little circles. You'll feel the muscles working at the side of your hip and it will start to ache. That's alright. 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees up. Alright, from here we're going to go into a bit of a clamshell. So the ankles stay together or the heels stay together, and all we're doing is creating a 90-degree angle from his body towards his knees. Raise the leg up, feel the butt cheek squeeze, then lower it back down. Make sure your feet stay together. If you can only go this far like I can, just do that. It's fine. Feel the muscles working around here. 3, 2, 1. From there we're just going to do the opposite to that and raise the ankle up. Keep the knees together. We're mobilising the hip in lots of different ways here. So you'll feel the muscles working just around this area, in towards the inner part of your hip. Make sure you're still keeping that core tight. We're not relaxing fully. 2, 1. Let's go into our bellies. So from this position, I want you to toe out. Bring your forearms in front of you. Drag. You've got to keep your pubic bone on the floor here. Drag yourself forward and lift your chest up and feel that lovely stretch inside the core muscles. Hold that position. Check out the view. Beautiful. So big deep breaths in, longer breaths out. Concentrate on that lateral breathing. Three, 2, 1. So we're going to start working the glutes a little bit now, and I want you to make sure that you're working from the hip or you're working from the butt. And by that, I mean you're keeping your core tight, keeping your arms where they are, and all we're doing is paddling. But we're working from the glutes. So we're not kicking from the legs, we're working from the butt cheeks. So the butt cheeks should be tense all the time. All the time. Keep that core nice and tight. If you feel like it's going into your lower back at all, squeeze your bum cheeks tighter and engage that core. Keep on fluttering them legs the opposite way. Normally we do this in a different way, laid on our backs. We're not doing that this time. Let's keep on working. It's quite challenging. 3, 2, 1. Good work. From here the hands come down to the seams of the trousers, looking down to the ground. Deep breath in. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, lower back down under control. Excellent work for your rotator cuffs, external rotator cuffs. So squeeze the shoulder blades, raise the chest, lower back down. Join in. Make sure them feet are staying flat to the ground. Make sure that pubic bone's flat to the ground. Keep the core nice and tight. Initiate by squeezing the shoulder blades, raising the chest, lowering back down. Look down towards the ground whilst we're doing it. Make sure you're working those neck muscles so you're not slumping the neck. 3, 2, 1. Stay where you are. I'm just changing to this side so you can see me. And we're going back down onto those sideline movements. So we started in a plank. So let's get set up. Elbow straight beneath your shoulder. Body in line. Engage the core. Get your hips through. Raise up. Get that balance. Remember your options, guys. You can drop down to your knees and get the hips through from there if you want to. We like this. We like this. Just keep that core nice and tight. Make sure the hips are stacked, the shoulders are stacked, and the core's engaged. We're controlling that breathing all the way through. Got another 15 seconds here. Remember your options, guys. You can go there if you want to, or you can just stay here. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Head resting onto the arm. Shoulders stacked, hips are stacked, core's engaged. Raise that leg. Down and up. So we're only lowering down to midline, keeping that core engaged. Remember, I can slide a piece of paper through there. If you want to, you can bring your knee up a little bit and then lower that down. Here we go. Make sure them hips are stacked. It's really important that the hips are stacked so we're working the muscles at the side of the hip. Keep the core nice and tight. Engage it all the way through. Rest your head onto your arm and shoulder. Don't lower down too far. Just to midline. Keep that muscle engaged. And from there, we're going to go into those small little circles. Make sure the hips, you're working from the hip, the core's engaged, and your body's not swaying. Nice, slow, controlled movements. You can put your hand down for stability if you like to. Keep your hand up there if you want to. There, anywhere you want. Keep that core nice and tight. And then we're going to work anti-clockwise. Ooh, I'm burning on this side. Let's keep on going. Got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Bring them knees up. 90 degrees from the hip and the body. Feet together. Let's squeeze that butt cheek. Raise the knee up. Make sure them feet are staying together. Breathe out as you raise up. Breathe in as you lower back down. The pterodactyls just flown over my head. Keep that core nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. Good work. From there, knees together, raise that ankle up, then lower back down. Nice and controlled techniques. Two and 1. Let's get onto our backs then. Morning. Right. So from here, guys, we're just going to do some nice crunches. In fact, I'll do it from the side so you can see me better. So, crook line position again. Feet are planted on the floor, and all we're doing is just engaging the core muscles from here. Morning, pal.
Morning.
So, hands on the thighs, engage the core. I'm just sliding up nice and slowly. You can see that I'm only raising my shoulder blades off the ground. Raise up, lower back down. Don't be tempted to do this with your chin. I was just tempted to do that. Recognise it, then lower down under control. All the way to the bottom. We're going to go for 1,000 of these. Why not? Why not? So make sure that that core's engaged all the way to the top and then down. Remember, the shoulder blades are always just coming off the ground. If you want a bit more resistance, fingertips to the side of your head, elbows back. Raise up and then down. I'm happy with these for now. Good effort. Keep that core tight all the way through. All the way through, even when you get to the bottom. I want you to keep that core engaged. 3, 2, 1. The hands are coming down, legs are coming out, and then we're just going to flutter our legs. So from here, the core's engaged, we're working from the hips, and we're relaxing that neck. We're going to go for around 30 seconds. Here we are then. Reach out through the toes. Keep that core engaged. Work from the hips. Control your breathing. 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet together. Let the knees drop out to the side. From this angle, it should look like this. Let the knees drop out and relax on the floor. Feel the stretch on the insides of your legs. Big deep breath in, longer breath out. Relaxing the position. Good work from here. Bring the knees in. The ankles stay together, the hands are flat to the floor. Deep breath in. Exhale as you drop to that left hand side. Notice how this hand's pointing down and keeping the shoulder blades flat towards the ground. Breathe in as you come up. Exhale out to the other side. Notice how my knees and my feet are staying together all the way through the movement. Full inhalation up. Full exhalation out. Keep them shoulders planted into the ground. Feel that back mobilise. Good work. So from there, we're going to just drop onto our knees again. Take the knee out. Turn the foot in. We're going to go into a bit of a pigeon stretch here. So you can sit up if you need to. And all we're going to do is rock side to side. You're just going to mobilise them hips a little bit. From a different angle, it'll look like this. So we're just going to drop that butt down towards the floor. So we're rocking side to side. Stretching the glute muscle. Right in here is where you should feel it. Good work. From there, we're going to change the knees over, turn the other foot back, turn the other foot in, and we're going to start rocking to the other side. Ooh, I'm tighter on this side. We're getting a bit of hip flexor stretch, we're getting a bit of glute stretch, and the hips are mobile. Perfect for the day. Feel that one. Wow. Good. From there then, we're going to sit up onto the knees, plant the foot. From this position, I just want you to thrust the hips through there, and then we're going to ease forward. You'll feel the stretch here. Make sure that knee's not coming over your toes. From that position, you can take your hands high towards the sky if you want to. Just relax in this runner's stretch. Lovely, lovely stretch. Runner's stretch or hip flexor stretch. Just go to your range of motion, guys. Don't push through pain. Get to a nice stretch where you feel it, not where anyone else feels it, and relax. Breathe in. Just to ease that stretch off. Bring your knee back. Bring your other foot forward. Plant the foot. Thrust through. Ease in. Take your arms in the air. Feel the stretch. Right down. here, on the opposite leg this time. Another 15 seconds to go. Lovely stretch. And 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Relax that body. Sit down onto your knees. Let's just bring your breathing rate down if it's gone up a little bit. Fingertips and thumbs onto your ribcage. Morning. You alright? Big deep breaths in. Lateral breathing. Longer breaths out. Relax your arms down to your sides once you've got your breathing pattern right. So breathe in for 6 seconds, hold it for 2, and breathe out for 8 for 3 more breaths, and then we're done. We are done. Excellent work, guys, well done. Pilates class finished.